Lesson 25. The first word is journalist. It means one who writes for, edits, manages, or produces a newspaper or magazine. First example, there were 4 journalists covering the murder story. Second example, Barbara's experience working at a bookstore wasn't adequate preparation for becoming a journalist. Third example, journalists must have a comprehensive knowledge of the city where they work. Fourth example, the journalist uncovered corruption in the government through investigative reporting. Fifth example, a skilled journalist always verifies their sources before publishing a story. The second word is famine. It means starvation, great shortage. First example, famine in Africa caused the death of 1/10 of the population. Second example, there has been a famine of good writing in the last decade. Third example, the rumor of a famine in Europe was purely fiction. Fourth example, the country experienced a severe famine due to prolonged droughts. Fifth example, international organizations work to prevent famine through food relief programs. The third word is revive. It means bring back or come back to life or consciousness. First example, there is a movement to revive old plays for modern audiences. Second example, the nurses tried to revive the heart attack victim. Third example, committees are trying to revive interest in population control. Fourth example, the government is trying to revive the economy. Fifth example, the company hopes to revive its sales with a new marketing strategy. The fourth word is commence. It means begin, start. First example, graduation will commence at 10 o'clock. Second example, Bella hesitated before commencing her speech. Third example, the discussion commenced with a report on urban affairs. Fourth example, after months of planning, the construction project is ready to commence. Fifth example, the team commenced their training for the upcoming championship. The fifth word is observant. It means quick to notice, watchful. First example, we were observant of the conflict between the husband and his wife. Second example, because Cato was observant, he was able to reveal the thief's name. Third example, Milt used his excellent vision to be observant of everything in his vicinity. Fourth example, the artist is highly observant and draws inspiration from everyday life. Fifth example, she is very observant and notices even the smallest details. The sixth word is identify. It means recognize as being or show to be a certain person or thing, prove to be the same. First example, numerous witnesses identified the butcher as the thief. Second example, Mrs. Shaw was able to identify the painting as being hers. Third example, with only a quick glimpse, Reggie was able to identify his girlfriend in the crowd. Fourth example, she was able to identify the suspect based on the police sketch. Fifth example, you need to identify your strengths to succeed in your career. Now, we have a short story from the words we have learned. In a small village suffering from famine, hope was fading fast. Crops had dried up and food was scarce. People struggled to survive, waiting for a miracle that never seemed to come. Among them was Arya, a dedicated journalist who had traveled far to uncover the truth behind the crisis. She walked through the village, documenting the suffering, searching for answers. She was highly observant, noticing every detail: the hollow eyes of starving children, the abandoned fields, the desperation in every voice. One evening, she overheard a whisper between elders. They spoke of a hidden water source, long forgotten. Determined, Arya set out to identify its location. After days of searching maps, speaking to the oldest villagers, and following clues, she finally found it, a dried-out well that could still be restored. Without hesitation, she helped commence a plan to dig deeper and revive the water supply. Volunteers worked tirelessly, and slowly the well began to refill. As water flowed again, the fields started to revive, crops grew, and the village's suffering eased. Thanks to Arya's determination, the famine came to an end. She had not only reported a story, but had become part of one. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. And until the next one, goodbye. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Your support is truly appreciated.